A very good afternoon, all of you. In today's class, we will discuss topics from first unit from computer network. In first unit, we are having topics like network topologies, WAN, LAN, MAN, OSI reference model, TCP/IP reference model, and a comparison of OSI and a TCP/IP reference model. In today's class, we will discuss about network topologies and WAN, LAN, MAN. So before going to discuss these two topics, we will see the basic definitions or basic terms from computer network. Let us see. So we already know about these terms: message, sender, receiver, and protocol. Let us see. A message is nothing but information that to be communicated. So that information may be in the form of text, numbers, pictures, audio, video, etc. So we are sending information from one device to another device in the form of text, pictures, audio, video. We call it as message. And a sender is nothing but it is a device. Sender is a device that sends the data message. So we are sending data from one device to another device. So who are sending the data? That device we call it as sender. Let us consider we are sending data from a device to B device or a computer to B computer. So here we are sending data from A computer to B computer. So here A is the sender and B computer is receiving data from A computer. So here B is the receiver. And protocol is nothing but protocol is a set of rules that governs the data communication. So protocol is if you want to the communication between any two devices. That means I already told the example. If you want to send data from A device to B device, so to communicate these two systems, there should be a protocol between A computer to B computer. Protocol is nothing but set of rules or agreement between the two devices. And what is computer network? So computer network is nothing but two or more computers are connected to share resources or data files. So computer network is nothing but two or more systems to connected together to share the information. So that connection will be using cables, telephone lines, radio waves, satellites, infrared beams. By using these things, we connect that computers. And the next topic is network topology. Topology is nothing but how the computers are connected to each other. We call it as topology. So the topology will show, or the topology will explain about how that computers are connected each other. So we are having 6 types of topologies. That topologies are bus topology, ring topology, tree topology, star topology, mesh topology, hybrid topology. So these are types of topologies. We are having 6 types of network topologies. So first one is bus topology. We'll see the one by one how the systems are connected. So first one is bus topology. Bus topology is nothing but it is designed in such a way that all computers are connected through a single cable. This cable is known as backbone cable. So in a diagrammatic representation here, this is a bus topology. This one is bus topology. So these systems are here. We are having 1 2 3 4 5 systems are we are having. These 5 systems are connected by using one cable. This cable we call it as backbone cable. By using this cable, all systems are connected. So in bus topology, uh, all systems are connected like this by using cable. Here if you want to transfer data from one system to another system, so the data should be, or the data must be travel by using this cable. So this cable, if for example let us take this system, let us take this one is a system, and this system is want to send the data to the B computer. So by using this cable, the data will transfer to B system. So this data will A will send the data to this cable, but this message will receive all the systems, this system and this system, all systems will receive this message from A by using bus topology. If you want to transfer data from one system to another system, all computers or all systems connected to the cable, who are connecting what are the devices connected to this cable, this all computers are receive the message from the device. So these all systems receive the message from A system, but this A system want to send the data to B only, but these all system computers receive, and that information not necessary to these systems. So simply these systems will reject the messages, and B system will receive the message. So in bus topology, the data will transfer like this by using the single cable. The data will transfer to computers or devices. So advantages of bus topology is less expensive. So by using single cable, we are connecting all devices. So the cost to connect that devices is low and suited for temporary network. That bus topology is suitable for temporary network, not permanent. And a failure of one computer does not affect the others. So if one computer crashes or a computer crashes, then other computers will not affect. So a computer only crashes, we lost the data of a computer only, it will not affect the work of remaining computers. And disadvantages, limited cable length. So length of the cable is less, so cable length is very less, so this is the one disadvantage. And failure of cable will affect entire network. So failure of cable, if one system fails, the failure of one system will not affect the other systems, but so failure of A system will not affect the other systems, but will not affect the other systems. But failure of cable, this cable, backbone cable, what we call it as backbone cable, fails, the entire system will affect. So because the message will travel from this cable only, backbone cable. So the messages travel from this cable. If this cable fails, the entire system will fail. This is one disadvantage. So the cable length is very less, that is one disadvantage. And second one is, if this cable fails, then the entire system will crash. And third one is no security. So why? Because A system want to send the data to B system, so remaining all systems or remaining all computers will receive the information, that same information what A system sending to B system all will receive. So here there is no security. So these are the disadvantages of bus topology. So I'll repeat once again. Bus topology is designed such a way that all computers are connected through a single cable. So that cable we call it as backbone cable. And if you want to transfer data from one system to another system, so the systems connected to the cable, all systems will receive the information. So the remaining systems will reject the message. What a system will need that information, that will accept the message. And from this bus topology advantages are, it is very less expensive because we use only single cable, and to connect the systems we will use some wire, so it is very less expensive, and it is suited for temporary network. And third one is failure of one computer will not affect the remaining computers. These are the advantages. And the second one, disadvantages are, so the cable length is very less, and a failure of cable will affect the entire network, and there is no security. And second one is a ring topology. So ring topology is also like a bus topology, but with connected ends. So the diagrammatic representation of ring topology is like this. So the name itself we can say ring. The systems are connected in the form of ring. So in ring topology, the node that receive message from previous computer will transmit to the next node. For example, here six computers are there. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 computers are there. So every computer will receive the data from its previous computer, and it will send the data to the next computer. The information will transfer in clockwise direction. So if you want to send first computer to third computer, if you want to send the data from, in ring topology, if you want to send the data from first computer to third computer, then we cannot send directly from one computer, first computer to third computer. If you, in ring topology, if you want to send data from first computer to third computer, we should send the data to the next computer, from that computer to next computer. The data will transmit like this. So the data will transfer in clockwise direction. In ring topology, the data flow is one direction, that is clockwise direction. For example, if you want to send the data from first system to first system to sixth one, so then we cannot directly send these two are these two are next sixth computer is having next to first computer, but we cannot send this direction. So in ring topology, the information also transfer clockwise direction. So if you want to send data from first computer to sixth computer, first we'll send first computer to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and fifth to sixth. In this way, in ring topology, the information will transfer. And advantages and disadvantages of ring topology is, in ring topology is easy to install, and managing is easier to add. That means ring topology installation is very easy, and managing also easier. That means if you want to add one system. In previous example or in this diagram we are having 6 systems. So if you want to add seventh system, then we simply connect a wire seventh system and simply connect it to this ring. Or if you want to remove a system, then simply, for example, if you want to remove this sixth computer, then we simply remove this, and fifth computer is connected to first one. So connecting a system or removing system is very easy in ring topology. And disadvantages: a link failure can fail the entire network, as the signal will not travel forward due to failure. So if a link here, link is nothing but computer. If one computer fails, the entire network will not travel the message forward due to that system failure. In this example, for example, if you want to travel data from one system to fourth system, so because of some network issues or some problems, system 2 is crashed or system 2 is failed. So we cannot transfer message from one system to fourth system. Why? Because the data will transfer from one system to second system, second to third, and third to fourth. In this way the data should travel. But here the second system is failed or crashed. So because of this system is crashed, so the data will not transfer, because this system is not working. So this we cannot send the message directly to one system to fourth system. This is one disadvantage. And second one is a data traffic issue. Since all data is circulated in a ring, so data traffic issues, that means so data will travel in circular way only. So first system want to send the data. Let us consider this example. First system want to send data to fourth system, then it should send data to second system, second to third, and third to fourth. In this way, the same time second system also want to send data to fifth system, then second system should receive data from one system to second system, and the second system want to send data to fifth system, no? So second system want to send the data to third system. At the same time third system want to send the data to sixth system, then it receive from data from second system to third system, and first system to second system, and second system to third system, and third system to fourth system. So this is very difficult traffic problems. So this is the ring topology advantages and disadvantages. And third one is mesh topology. Mesh topology is nothing but mesh topology is an arrangement of networks in which computers are interconnected with each other. So here in mesh topology all computers are interconnected. So in previous bus topology and ring topology, there is only one way to travel information. In bus topology, by using cable we are transferring message. In ring topology, in circular way we are traveling message. But in mesh topology all computers are interconnected each other through various redundant connections. Redundant means unnecessary. So once if you want to send the data to the one system, so in multiple ways we can send the data to that system. So we'll see the diagrammatic representation. So here we are having four systems, 1 2 3 4, four systems. If you want to send data to this system, first system to second system, then we can directly send like this, or we can send first system to third system, third to second, or we can send first system to fourth system, fourth to third, or first to fourth system, fourth to third system, third to 2, like this. So one system is having multiple ways to receive message. So this is mesh topology. So mesh topology is interconnecting with computers are interconnected with each other through various redundant connections. So multiple connections, each computer is having multiple connections. There are second point, there are multiple here, there are multiple paths from one computer to another computer. Just now I told you the example. It does not contain the switch, hub, any central computer which act as a central point of the communication. So here in mesh topology we are not having any hub, just systems are connected to each other. There is no hub, switches or anything. So all computers only connected each other. And mesh topology mainly used for wireless network. So mesh topology is used for wireless network. So mesh topology can be formed by using the formula. So mesh topology is having one formula, that means number of cables equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. So here n is the number of computers. So by using this formula we can calculate how many number of cables we need. This is mesh topology. In mesh topology we are having two types of topologies. One is a partial mesh topology and second one is full mesh topology. Partial mesh topology is nothing but one system is connected to multiple systems or two or three devices. Here one system, first system is connected to second one and third one, and this system, first system is connected to through this one and this one. So three ways. This is partial mesh topology. And full mesh topology is nothing but each and every device is connected to each other. This is full mesh topology. So features of mesh topology is fully connected, robust and not flexible. And advantages of mesh topology: each connection can be carry its own data load. So in mesh topology each system it's having its own data. This system is having this own data, and this system is having its own data, this system is having its own data, this system is also having this own data. And it is very robust. Robust is nothing but strong. And another advantage is fault is diagnosed easily. So if we are having any faults or any failures, we can easily identify, and it provides security and privacy. In mesh topology we are having security and privacy. And disadvantage of mesh topology is installation and configuration is very difficult. So why? Because here we are having multiple paths, one system is connected to multiple systems. So to install this one it is very difficult compared to bus topology, ring topology. And second disadvantage is cable cost is very high. So to connect multiple wires, this is very high. And third one is bulk wiring is required. So many number of wires we are need, because one system is having multiple paths, or one system is connected to multiple systems. Because of that we need bulk of wires or multiple number of wires we need. These are the disadvantages of mesh topology. And second one is the star topology. Star topology, the name itself we can say, in diagram we are watching this one. So here one hub is there, all systems are connected to this hub. So the representation of this is like star. So the name itself we can say this star topology. Star topology is nothing but, so all systems are connected to one central hub or switch or central computer. So all computers are connected to this one. This is a hub. This may not only hub, this may be switch or computer. So all are connected to this hub only. So this is star topology. This central computer or hub or switch is known as server. So all systems are connected. These systems all are connected to the hub. We call it as clients. These systems all are clients, and hub is called it as server. So by using this connection, we use coaxial cable or RJ45 cable to connect this client server or star topology. We'll use this cable, coaxial cable or RJ45 cable we'll use. So in this star topology, the information shared from this from hub only, the information is shared to all the devices. So this hub, from this hub only the information is shared to this system or this system or this one. So all those systems are transferring through the hub. So if you want to communicate this system and this system, this one and this one, so through this hub only, let us consider this one is the first system, 2 3 4 5 6 7. So if you want to communicate first system to fourth system, through this hub only the communication should be there. So the systems cannot directly communicate each other, because in star topology we cannot communicate like this. If you want to communicate one system to another system, through this hub only the communication will be done. So advantages of the star topology is less expensive, because each device only need one IO port. So star topology is less expensive because every system is connected to hub. To connect a hub, first system is connecting to hub, there is only one cable, so we call it as IO port. So by using this IO port we can simply connect it to the hub. So for this cable or this IO port, we need not to spend more money. So because of this is one advantage, less expensive. Next one is easier to install. It is very easy, because simply if you want to add eighth system, we simply connect port to the hub and we will connect the system. It is very easy to install. And third one is less amount of cables required, because each device need to connect with the hub only, so you will need less amount. One system is having one wire, so it is simply enough. And fourth one is it is robust. If one link fail, the other link will work just fine. Okay, here one failure of one system does not affect the other system. This we call it as robust. And easy fault detection, because link can be easily identified. So easy we can identify any failure or crash, we can easily simply identify. These are the advantages. And disadvantages, if hub goes down, everything goes down. Here hub is nothing but server is goes down, everything will goes down. If the system is goes down, no problem, or if this system is failure, no problem. This is a advantage. But the server who are transferring, who are sending the data to all systems, this goes down, every system will goes down. So we'll see some examples. If we are filling any applications, or if we are filling if we are applying any jobs, all are applying at the same time, then the server will goes down. So there is a problem. So like this, here also if the server goes down, then all the systems will goes down. This is the one disadvantage. And second one is the hub requires more resources and regular maintenance because it is central system of star topology. So hub requires more resources. So because only this hub only or this server only the data will transfer to all systems. So the maintenance should be more to the server or hub. And the next one is a tree topology. The name itself, we can say the representation of this topology is in the form of tree. We already know about a tree is having one root and childs. We already are aware of that terms. So tree topology combines the characteristics of bus topology and star topology. So what are the characteristics bus topology is having and star topology is having? That two characteristics combined in tree topology. Tree topology is nothing but it is a type of structure which all the computers are connected with each other in hierarchical fashion. Hierarchical fashion is nothing but tree in the form of tree representation. So one root node is having two childs like this. The diagrammatic representation is like this. This is tree topology. This one we call it as root, and these two systems are childs of this root node, and these two systems are connected to this one. So this is the tree representation or tree topology. This is tree topology, we call it as a root node, and data will transfer from root node to the next child and next child to next child. Like this, the data will transfer from one way only, like this, or this one to this one, or like this to like this. The topmost node in tree topology is known as root node, and all other nodes are descendant nodes of root nodes. There is only one path exists between two nodes or two computers for the data transmission. So thus it forms a parent-child hierarchy. So parent-child hierarchy will represent. So if you want to transfer data to this system, then from this root node to its child and its child to this one, in hierarchical fashion only will send the data. And advantages of tree topology is it is robust, and the fault is diagnosed easily. So if any failure occur, we can identify very easily. And third one is data is reliable because data is transferred among the devices through dedicated channel or links only. So data will transfer only one way, um, one computer to another computer. So the data is very reliable, and it provides a security and privacy. And disadvantages, installation and configuration are very difficult. So in tree representation we should install or we should connect that format, so it is very difficult, and cost of cable is high because bulk of wiring. So to connect that systems will need bulk of wiring, and the cost of maintenance is also very high. And hybrid topology, so hybrid is nothing but combination of any two topologies. We already know what is a hybrid. Hybrid is nothing but we are combining any two things. So in topologies we are combining different types of topologies. We call it as hybrid. Hybrid topology connection between different links and nodes transfer the data. When two or more different topologies combined together is termed as hybrid topology. The diagrammatic representation of hybrid topology is this. This one is ring topology, and this one is bus topology, and this one is tree topology. So this we call it as hybrid topology. So advantages of hybrid topology is we can choose topology based on the requirement. For example, we can choose the topology which that is our requirement. We can take bus ring topology, bus topology, or we can take star topology, ring topology. Based on our requirement, we can choose the topology. And the second advantage, scalable, as we can further connected other computers, so we can connect more systems from different topologies. And the disadvantages of this fault detection is very difficult. We cannot say the crashing or any failure occur. We cannot identify easily. Installation is also very difficult because we are combining multiple number of topologies, so we cannot easily install or the installation is very difficult. And design is complex, so maintenance is high and expensive. So to design this topology, hybrid topology, it is also very complex because if you want to combine mesh topology and tree topology, so mesh topology is having multiple connections. So in mesh topology, one system is connected to multiple number of systems, and in tree topology, one root system is connected to the its child systems or its descendant systems. It is very to design these two topologies, it's very difficult, and to maintain that also, it is also very difficult. This is hybrid topology. This up to here we covered the first topic is network topologies. Network topology is nothing but topology, the representation how the systems are connected to each other. We call it as topologies. We are having 6 types of topologies, and the next topic is types of computer networks. The next topic is types of network. So the computer network allows computers to connect and communicate with different computers. So the communication between two computers or two or more computers, there should be a connection to that computers. By using the network or by using some networks, we connect the multiple or more systems. So we are having 3 major types of networks. That one is LAN, WAN, MAN. LAN is nothing but local area network, and WAN is nothing but wide area network, and a MAN is nothing but metropolitan area network. So other than these three networks, we are having other type of computer networks, that is PAN. PAN is nothing but personal area network, SAN, storage area network, EPN, enterprise private network, and VPN, virtual private network. Other than this, we are having many types of networks, but mainly we are having LAN, WAN, MAN. These 3 types of networks are a major type of network. So now we'll see the LAN, WAN, MAN. So PAN, the other networks are, PAN is nothing but personal area network. Personal area network, example of personal area network is Bluetooth, and handset, all those things are within meter distance we connect the things. So that is personal area network. SAN is nothing but storage area network. We are by using storage area network, we connect storage device to server. And enterprise area network is used for business purpose, and VPN, virtual private network, is used for public sector. That means we can by using virtual private network we can access the other countries sites also. We are in India, but we can access by using virtual private network, we can access the other country like America or China, other countries sites. These are other types of networks. So now we will see the major types of networks: LAN, WAN, MAN. So LAN is nothing but local area network. Local area network means group of computers are connected to each other in a small area, such as building, office, schools, um, etc. So all computers are connected in a small area, that means buildings or offices, schools. So in LAN we are having two types: wide LAN or wireless LAN. Wide LAN means we are connected through the wires like Ethernet, uh, like this. And wireless means by using Wi-Fi. By using Wi-Fi we connect the systems. So in diagram we'll see, uh, in this diagram, this is locally all systems are connected to each other. These systems are in building, whether it may be building or office or school. So this connection may be wide or wireless. So if it is wide, then by using Ethernet we will connect the systems, or wireless, by using Wi-Fi we connect the systems. So advantages of this LAN is resource. We can share the resources because all systems are in one area only. So let us take example of college, our college only. In our college we are having multiple number of systems in different places. That means different rooms we are having multiple systems, but by using Wi-Fi we are connecting all the systems. So that systems, by using Wi-Fi we can share the resources very easily, because all systems are connected to each other, whether it may be wide or wireless. So we can share the files or resources or data very easily, and easy communication and centralized data. So when LAN is there and local area network is there, one system or centralized system is there. Through that system, that all data will transfer, or all systems are all systems information are in centralized system, and data security is there. By using LAN we can secure our data. And internet sharing, by using one system, if we having the internet to only one system, that internet is shared to other systems also. This facility is also there in LAN. And the disadvantages: high setup cost. So cost to connect a LAN, it is very high. And privacy violation. Why? Because the system administrator who is there maintaining that centralized system, if he is the not a genuine person, so we may lost the privacy, or we may lost the data. So security violation is there, because all the data belongs to the computers present in our college. For example, let us take our college is having 100 systems. So in 100 systems, one system is a centralized system. That centralized system is having the information about all the computers. That the centralized system administrator who is the person is not a genuine person, so we may lose the privacy, or we may lose the information about the all systems. So lab maintenance, land maintenance job, so we have to maintain one person, or we have to keep one person to maintain the land, or to maintain that all systems. um, and it covers a limited area only, so it covers only limited area. So if you want to access that LAN connection to next area, or near to the another area, so we cannot access that. That is only that limited area only. These are the advantages and disadvantages of LAN. And second one is a man metropolitan area network. Metropolitan area network covers the larger geographical area by interconnecting different lands from the larger network. So metropolitan area network means it is in city only, so it will connect the different lands. It will connect the different lands by using rotors. So we will connect all the lands together. For example, in Vijayawada we are having supermarkets, or in Vijayawada, let us take our MVR college is having different branches, or our college is having different branches in Vijayawada only. So if you want to connect all those things, or if you want to take the information from one college to another college, then by using metropolitan area network, so we'll connect um, all the information about the branches. Or another example will take, let us take one shop is having different branches. Or for example, KFC is having different branches. So if you want in Vijayawada only, not all over AP, not like that. In Vijayawada city, in different areas we are having, for example, Singinagar, and like that, different areas we are having different KFC branches. So if you want to communicate all branches, so to communicate all branches is having LAN connection. To communicate all the branches by using router, will connect all the branches. So if one in KFC one product is not available, in the branch of Singinagar, so we'll take the information from another branch. So to take that information, that all branches are connected by using metropolitan area network. So this metropolitan area network will be connected using by using rotors we will connect the all lands. This is call it as man is nothing but metropolitan area network. That means within the city will communicate. LAN means within the one local area, within the area will communicate each other. Man means within the city will communicate each other. So advantages of man is it is less expensive. Sending local emails, we will communicate each other. And high speed than WAN. So WAN, compared to WAN, it is very high speed. And conversion of LAN to MAN, it is also very easy, because already LAN is connected. All branches is having LAN connection. Simply we by keeping router will connect all the LANs. That we call it as MAN. And high security, it will provide high security. And a disadvantage, difficult to manage. It is very difficult to manage, because all branches we have to manage. And hackers attack, there is a chance to hack that systems, because all branches is having one administrator. No one is, we cannot say everyone is genuine, so there may be chance to hackers attack. And technical staff required to set up, will need many number of technical staffs. And WAN is nothing but wide area network. Wide area network means all over the India or all over the country will connect it to each other. Geographical area, that means a geographical area, states or countries, by using WAN we will connect. So wide area network is not limited to single location, it is not limited to single location or single city, not like that. Geographical means all over India or countries we can communicate with each other. The best example is internet is the one of the biggest WAN in the world. So internet is the best example for WAN. So advantages is geographical area, we can communicate from one country to another another country, and we can exchange the information, we can sharing the softwares, the resources, we can do global businesses, and will need high bandwidth. And disadvantages, security issues, needs firewalls, antiviruses, softwares will need when we are using internet we'll need antivirus, because when we are downloading any files there is a chance to attacking of virus, so we'll need firewalls, antiviruses to keep secure of data. And a high setup cost, so to maintain that we'll need high cost. And a troubleshooting problem, so there is a chance for problems, troubleshooting problems. These are the two topics from first unit. In tomorrow class we will discuss the remaining topics. Okay, bye, stay home, stay safe, bye.